We're on the record in cause number 327944, the state of Texas versus Philip Lynn Trahan. Mr. Trahan, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Trahan, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may put your hand down, Mr. Trahan. How are you doing, Mr. Trahan?
Pretty good, sir.
That's good. Now, Mr. Trahan, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about August 12th of 2020, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Trahan, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge Mr. Trahan, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, sir.
Now, Mr. Trahan, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
You're pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges.
Correct, sir.
Now, Mr. Trahan, prior to you pleading no contest to these charges, the court read to you the court's explanation of rights to a defendant without an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in the judge's explanation, you are informed that 1, you may hire an attorney, or 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney to be appointed to represent you, and 3, you may represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you stated to the court that you wanted to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And prior to talking to the prosecutor about your case, you signed a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. And that waiver is located in State's Exhibit number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishments on the second page under, it's in the third sentence under the paragraph that is titled waiver. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And now on page 2, also of State's Exhibit number 1, there are 2 sets of initials. One is on the line that says nola contendere, which means no contest. Are those your initials?
Yes, sir.
And the next set of initials are located under the paragraph that is titled discovery admonishment, and it states that you do not wish to request discovery of the evidence and you waive your right to request discovery in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this document, there's a signature at the top above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3, on the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of the Defendant's Right of Appeal, there's a signature at the bottom of this document above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And there are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor. And I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit number 2. That's the probable cause affidavit for this case.
Okay, Mr. Trahan, the state is offering State's Exhibit number 1, and State's Exhibit number 1 is the document that have your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. That is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Also, the state is offering the probable cause affidavit as State's Exhibit number 2, and the probable cause affidavit is commonly referred to as the police report. Mr. Trahan, the state would like to use these documents as evidence against you in your case. Is it all right for the state to use these documents as evidence in your case?
Yes, sir.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Trahan, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Trahan, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It's for 90 days credit for time served, tax and retire of the court costs.
Okay, Mr. Trahan, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in Jefferson County Jail in this case because you have already served 90 days in jail. Therefore, your jail time you will be given credit for your jail time. Now, if you owe any court costs, you will not have to pay the court costs either because the time that you spent in jail has already paid off your court costs. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Trahan, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Very equitable. Thank you, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Okay, Mr. Trahan, I will follow the plea bargain agreement. Mr. Trahan, please have a good day and follow the bailiff.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.